Okay guys, so I just kind of want to talk you through today about the OnePlus 6 device. Today is our big day, the launch of the OnePlus 6 here in London. Big event, over 1,500 people coming from across Europe and even the world, so we're very happy to have launched this product today and finally got it out there. So I just kind of want to talk you through the main specs of the phone. So right here you can see we have our biggest screen to date at 6.28 inches, full optic AMOLED display at 19:9 aspect ratio. We're very proud of this screen, and like I say, it's our biggest to date, and with the help of the notch at the top as well, we've been able to deliver what users have been wanting for a while, which is a bigger screen size. Fully immersive, and the colors really kind of come out with that bigger screen size, so we're very happy with that. If we look at the general design of the phone as well, again, this is the first device from OnePlus which is fully glass design. So around, we have right here the Midnight Black edition, and the way a lot of people are surprised to know that this is actually a glass design, because with the matte finish it looks very much like metal. And people think with glass that it's going to be quite prone to cracking and it's not as durable as metal, but as ever at OnePlus we go put it through all the tests imaginable and test it rigorously through certain drop tests to make sure it can withstand. It's also made with Gorilla Glass 5 and at the back and the front of the phone to ensure it's the most secure and durable phone possible. At the same time, with glass, which is less dense than metal, it's also allowed it to be our most improved connectivity-wise. So it's the first phone that is able to download at 1 gigabit speeds and much improved connectivity. But kind of diving more deeply into the phone itself and the engine behind it. So the OnePlus 6 has the Snapdragon 845 processor CPU, which improves performance from the 5T, whilst also lowering the battery consumption. So this, coupled with our use of fast charge technology, allows you to get a lot more done and a lot more smoothly. So just to talk you through some of the unlocking features we have with the OnePlus 6, following on from its introduction in the 5T, we've retained the fingerprint sensor, which is now a more kind of oval shaped, which unlocks your phone in about 0.2 seconds, so one of the fastest on the market. At the same time, an additional unlocking method is through the facial recognition on the phone, which additionally unlocks your phone in about 0.4 seconds. So both technologies, one of the fastest of their kind on the market, which we're very happy with, while at the same time being very secure as well. Each unlocking method is tested rigorously by our product team to ensure it's the most secure but yet fastest way of unlocking your phone. Another kind of example of how these seamless features really kind of make a difference to the overall user experience, making it feel much faster and smoother. So I just want to show you through some of the software enhancements to the phone itself. So we go in, as I mentioned before, we now have gesture control. So we have software buttons on default, but also we have gesture control. So you can swipe up to go home. And this just makes for a much more smooth and faster experience, so you can fly through your phone. But if we just go through the notification bar here, you can see we're running still on Oxygen OS on Android 8.1, but with Android P in a beta testing stage at the moment. So we'll be releasing that soon. At the moment, in combination with the Snapdragon 845 processor, it allows for a much faster and smoother experience just going through the smartphone here. A lot faster, a lot smoother, thanks to Oxygen OS, which we're proud to have retained and also improved. We've also, with Oxygen OS, been able to add a few more improvements. So on the software side of things, we've now introduced Gaming Mode 2.0. And whereas before with the 5T, we had Gaming Do Not Disturb mode, which basically allows you to not be disturbed by notifications while playing games. We've now actually, with Gaming Mode 2.0, increased the app loading speeds of certain games, and how we've done this is by selecting the top 50 games in the Play Store, such as games like PUBG, and have been able to actually optimize Oxygen OS to load these games faster. So things like lag or slow loading speeds become a thing of the past, and it eliminates all worry in the user about slow speeds, and especially for games like PUBG, where there even is like a second of lag, it can be the difference between life and death. So these kind of small little refinements and improving the app loading speed make for a much faster experience that allows people to get more done and eliminates all worry of lag and delay. So we're very happy with that, and it ultimately contributes to a much faster and smoother experience, the OnePlus 6. So if we now go on to the camera, so you can see on the back there we have a main dual rear camera, 16 megapixel and 20 megapixel, while on the front we've retained a 16 megapixel front-facing camera. So the main improvements we brought to the camera, which we think is our most complete camera to date, is that we've increased the main sensor on the main camera by about 19%. So this basically allows for bigger pixels, a bigger sensor area, so it lets more light through and has improved camera performance in low light conditions. And then if we go to the front camera, thanks to improvements to software as well as AI, we've been able to add portrait mode to the front-facing camera, which I think will please a lot of selfie fans and be able to get that perfect portrait selfie. At the same time, we've also improved portrait mode to the back of the camera, so it's able to better distinguish the subject from the background for much clearer, more professional-looking portrait mode shots. But another main thing we brought to the camera as well is optical image stabilization. Again, kind of improving stability, improving the photography, and especially in low light conditions as well. So, as I say, a very kind of refined process, and what we believe is our most complete camera experience to date. So there we have it, in brief, the Oneplus 6. Of course, we still have the headphone jack as well, and it's coming in 3 different variants. So right here we have the midnight black, as silk white, and the mirror black here. The midnight black, I should mention, will come up in 256 gigabytes of storage, as well as the standard 128 gigabytes and 64 gigabyte, whilst the silk white will be released as a limited edition phone in a few weeks' time. In terms of price, all phones will start at about €519, and then a €20 increase for each higher spec.